Just a little under an hour from now, 7:20, 10:20, and 2:20 are your opportunities to pick your designer handbag. We did it yesterday morning. See, it was like 10 more purses added to the Y94 Pick Your Purse Boutique at Y94.com. The newest ones always towards the bottom of the list. And I think just every week we're going to add a couple of new ones on there. And there were some beauts that were added. There were.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of really nice ones. And I think that there's so many different colors and styles. You'll definitely find something that you want. I have probably about, 20 that I see as I
only 20, huh?
Yeah, only I've dwindled it down. I've dwindled it down.
Gosh, you're doing okay then, huh?
There's one that's like brown, perfect for fall. I love it. Vince Camuto.
There's a few real nice ones. Thanks to Muscatel Subaru, also the Bridges. You see all the purses. Sign up, Y94.com, so we can call off your name at 7:20, 10:20, and 2:20 every day. So on the way in the show, pick your purse, obviously. I was going to chat with first initial B in the voice changer and about 10 on their show. There is a crush that her guy has admitted to her that actually she's holding his celebrity crush, if you can call it that, against him. So who that celebrity is in a little bit on the show. First, though, am I a jerk? Basically, we threw it on Facebook. We said, hey, have you ever been in a situation where we thought maybe you were the jerk? Tell us about it. We'll kind of roundtable it here on the show. Are you ready for, we got 3 cases today of potential jerks. First up, Playhouse. I was annoyed that one of my coworkers would tell a joke. Or no, let's back up. I was annoyed that I would tell a joke to one of my coworkers and then overhear him saying the same joke to someone else at the office a day or two later. And he would never credit me. So I've been emailing everyone I hear him talking to and repeating my jokes and saying, hey, just so you know, I told Paul that joke a few days ago. It's not his. Am I a jerk?
Not really.
I mean,
you can't tell this guy any more jokes. Stay away from telling him the jokes. Tell him last.
I don't know if you're a jerk, but you're kind of like, that's extreme to go email people.
Right.
I mean, so let's
crazy.
Say if we were sitting in the break room today.
Yes.
And I tell you like a funny one-liner while we're getting coffee at the machine, you're like, and like an hour later, Greg from the commercial department here at the radio station sent you an email and was like, hey, Amy, I actually told Zero that joke on last Thursday. Just so you know that was my joke. You wouldn't think that that's super weird?
Okay, no, it is weird. Yeah, I 100% think it's weird, but is it like, I don't know if jerk is the right term. I think the jokes, everybody steals jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like where did this, and are these original jokes this guy wrote himself?
Maybe.
Or was he watching a Dane Cook special?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very possible. Yeah, I mean, if you are if you fancy yourself a stand-up comedian and you think somebody's giving you the Carlos Mencia, isn't he the one that was stealing all the jokes there for a while?
I'm not sure. I just know I wouldn't say jerk is the term, but it's weird that you're emailing them. I would stop emailing people, and as Jamie said, stop telling the guy the jokes.
Yeah, you gotta cut back on that. I would say though, because he did go overboard, probably not his jokes. I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna say he is a jerk.
I think that it's super weird. I kind of think you're the jerk too. You should just avoid that guy and not tell him jokes anymore, for sure.
Yeah.
That's super weird. Am I the jerk? My husband doesn't do much laundry in our house, so I've kind of been trying to teach him a lesson by washing my own laundry and letting his pile up for 2 weeks or until he says something to me. He is at this point running out of clothes, and I'm shocked it hasn't come up in conversation yet. Am I the jerk?
No, you're not the jerk. He's not really the jerk either. He just kind of doesn't really probably realize what's going on. But I think that you could have just maybe spoken to him and it would have squashed this. However, doing what you're doing, you're not a jerk at all. You're just kind of doing it without having any great communication skills.
I would say it depends. Have in the past you brought up, like, I don't like doing your laundry. You need to start helping out around here. If that's the case, then no, you're not the jerk for letting his stuff pile up because he's not helping. I would do the same thing. I'm only going to wash my clothes if I'm the one doing it all the time. But if you never brought it up to him, then that kind of is a jerk move.
Yeah, that's where I am, too. I think if it's never come up in conversation before, you're totally the jerk. Because you can't fault him for just going along with the status quo and the way things have always been, if that's the way they've always been. If you've skipped the step of being like, hey, I really wish I didn't do all the laundry in this house. You gotta start kicking in here. Like, if that's never been a conversation, I get kind of a hard jerk. You have to have at least that. You have to be more communicative than that. Because he's not going to get that. He's just going to be like, wow,
No.
she's really behind on my laundry. Which, God forbid he says that's going to be a war. But if you've never, ever said anything to the guy, that is on you.
But I'm assuming she probably did say something, right? Like, you
I don't know.
just quit cold turkey. I'm sure she's been like, oh, you got to help out or something like that.
And finally, today, case number 3 of 3. I'm a supervisor in my workplace, and I know when I am overwhelmed, I sometimes lash out at other people, at home and at work, and I unload my stress on them. It has little to do with my significant other or the employee themselves or whoever I'm lashing out at. It's just my own general stress that I let overflow into our conversations. I feel bad after, but I never apologize to them. Am I the jerk?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You need to figure out a different way to deal with all your stress. Like, you can't just yell at people like that.
You have to just maybe go for a massage or relax or take a weekend off or do something. You can't just like freak out. People are going to start not liking you.
I do think everybody does that. Like, you're having a bad day. You're stressed out about some stuff. It's probably not uncommon for you to be a booger to somebody that doesn't deserve it. Whether it's your partner or another coworker or a friend or whatever. But you have to, like, either in that moment or shortly thereafter, have, like, the inner know-how to be like, hey, listen, Amy, you know what? I was really stressed out yesterday about whatever, and I think I was a little short with you. And, like, the receiving end of that, even if they left work that day or the last time they saw you being like, wow, so-and-so was a real jerk, they'd be like, oh, you know what? No, I get it. You're stressed out. That's like, but now you've resolved that now between the two of you. You got to do that.
The fact that he said he even feels bad about it, and then you're not doing anything, like, apologize.
If you feel like that little sense of guilt,
Yeah.
What's part of when they say, like, you got to leave, like the work at work and home at home kind of a thing? I think that partly stems from the people that would get crabby about something at work and then go home and be just a jerkhole to their significant other all night long. And, you can't be doing that either.
And especially when there's so many things you can do to relieve stress.
It's true, yeah. Would you suggest a massage?
I think a massage. Just let it all out.
Get you a nice Thai massage.
Or have, some, like, make a nice romantic dinner.
For yourself and your significant other? Or just
Yeah,
yourself?
no, for yourself and your significant other. Have a date.
His spouse walks in. He's just sitting there with a candle, like a pizza all by himself. This was for me. Well, this has been Am I a Jerk? Was it all jerks today? Or we never really settled?
One wasn't really a jerk.
We need to actually keep score. I don't think we pay any
Yeah.
attention to our votes even. I don't even know if they were jerks or not.
I can't even remember what the middle one was.
Man, it must be a great radio show we're putting on
Wow.
today. Yeah. Really just sticking with people on their way to work today.
It's early.
First initial B in a couple of minutes on the show. She's a little peeved at her husband and something he's admitted. Stupid Stories. Pick your purse at 7:20.
Good morning.